channel. Today's topic is a very interesting topic on the three gunas, meaning three qualities or threefold nature: Sattvic, Rajsic and Tamasic. In this video, I'm going to be explaining what these three gunas mean. According to Vedic scriptures, the entire world comprises of just these three gunas. Whether we understand it or not, these three qualities are linked to our consciousness. Now, Satwa, Rajas and Tamas. In Sanskrit language, Guna means nature. Now, according to the rishis and sages, the entire creation is based on these three qualities, and we all know there are 5 elements on this earth. They are earth, fire, water, air and ether. Now the three gunas, which are Satwa, Rajas and Tamas, are present in each of these 5 elements, which make the entire creation and are responsible for the entire creation. And nothing more than this is responsible for the entire creation. This is as per the Vedic scriptures. And we all have one of these gunas dominant in each one of us. When these qualities are predominant in our consciousness, we express different moods, our feelings change accordingly, and at any given time one of these three qualities will be predominant, and when one is dominant, the other 2 gunas remain subdued, if you know what I mean. Now, for example, I'll try to explain. When Tamu guna predominates, we feel lazy, delusional, lethargic and not very motivated. And you will agree that these qualities are definitely not evolutionary or life supporting. The person who has dominant tamoguna basically sleeps a lot. They may even tell a lot of lies. They're very slow in the way they work. So this basically describes what tamoguna is. When tamoguna is dominant, the person feels anger, delusional and even hatred towards the others. This is in general. Now, when rajoguna dominates, one will feel restlessness. They want to keep doing something or the other all the time. They can basically never rest. Their desires are increasing every day or every minute, and they are very courageous. Like they are like warriors, and they do not retreat, meaning they don't take a step back. Once they have determined their goal, they go after their goals very courageously. They never step back. But ultimately with Rajoguna, what happens is sadness envelops them at the end of the day, because they're not satisfied with what they wanted, and they feel very sad at the end of the day. And this explains the Rajoguna. Now, when Sattva guna dominates, the person is present at the moment. They don't think too much about the past or future. That person is basically very happy at the moment. The way their life is at that moment, they're clear in their thinking, happy, joyful, and they do not experience anger or hatred towards others. They have a good presence of mind, I should say. They're calm and peaceful at all times, and they limit their activity to only how much is needed, and they don't overwork, or I should say they're not lazy either. And so when you find these qualities in a person, that is basically when Sattva guna is dominating. So we often find that there is a mixture of these qualities, like Rajoguna and Sattva guna can be both found in a person, or there could be even a mixture of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. So these three gunas like Satwa, Rajas and Tamas can be found in also three states of our consciousness, like waking moment, dream state or sleeping state. At any given waking moment, we are all caught up generally in a worldly web most of the time, and if a person has a presence of mind and has purity in their thoughts and clarity of thoughts, then we can say that is Sattva Guna. But if the person is so much motivated, desireful, filled up, with activities throughout the day and also with too much intensity, then Rajas Guna is dominant in them. So the Sattva Guna is virtually nil in these types of people. Now with Tamo Guna, you find that in sleeping mode, that indicates Tamo Guna. So one thing definitely to keep in mind here is generally we all have each of these gunas in us one time or the other, and we cannot label any person good or bad based on these three gunas. We behave in a certain way that we have in our consciousness, and based on whatever gunas are dominant in us. So that means just because someone has more Rajas Guna and more Sattva Guna does not make them a better person or a bad person. That's what I meant to say. Now definitely Sattva Guna is more superior because one enjoys happiness, peace, and these types of people will earn their living in a rightful way, I should say, and they will never think of accumulating their wealth in a wrongful way. They are more what you call, there's a word in Sanskrit, Satyavadis, meaning they follow righteousness in everything they do. They will generally abstain from too much drinking or even consuming too much meat, and this is just to give you a few examples. Now, how do we increase our sattvic quality in us? That's a question that may arise in our minds. So basically, one can do meditation, one can be in the company of other sattvic people. We can do our mantra chanting. So one can take effort to think about what they are thinking at a regular basis, to be aware of how their thoughts are, what their thoughts are. So meaning being in touch with your thoughts, that you know what I mean. So I hope this gave you an overall idea of what sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic gunas mean. So in my next video, I am going to explain how we can identify these gunas in our near and dear ones and our close friends and even close families, family people in a very easy way. Also, I'll try and explain how to check compatibility between two people, and if you're entering into a business partnership, then how you can identify what guna the partner will have, so that you can determine whether you'll be able to collaborate well with them or not. Don't worry, you don't have to know anything about astrology, but I'll show you in simple steps how you can identify the gunas in other people. So stay tuned to my next video, and thank you for watching.